Hello and welcome to HEC Talks. My name is Laura Connor, an Education Specialist for Practice Support at Charlotte A. HEC. I will be discussing the Composite Performance Score, also known by the acronym CPS. Let's get started. Weights and calculations. Oh my, what is the Composite Performance Score and why do we have to calculate it? The Composite Performance Score is a mathematical equation with 4 categories. Each of these categories holds some weight. After performing a specific calculation, it will result in a final score called the Composite Performance Score, known by the acronym CPS. We calculate the CPS to determine the Medicare payment adjustment for a provider or group of providers. This adjustment will be reflected in claims billed 2 years ahead of the year of the CPS was calculated and the payment modification was determined. For example, when calculating the CPS for the 2017 year, this score will determine the payment adjustment for the 2019 year. The Composite Performance Score is based on 4 performance categories: quality, advancing care information, known as the acronym ACI and renamed for meaningful use, improvement categories, known as the acronym IA, and cost. These categories have been defined earlier in the HEC Talk series. Each of the performance category scores are multiplied by their respective category weights and multiplied by 100 to get the specific category performance score. These 4 scores are added together to calculate the Composite Performance Score, or the CPS. The clinicians earned CPS in 2017 determines their MIPS payment adjustment in 2019. For the 2017, the weights assigned for the quality category will be 60%, improving activities category will be 15%, advancing care information category will be 25%, and the cost category will be 0%. That is why there is no piece of the pie chart for the cost category. Something to be aware of is that moving forward to 2018, the weights are expected to be redistributed to quality decreasing to 50%, improvement activities staying at 15%, advancing care information staying at 25%, and cost increasing to 10%. Then as we move even further into 2019, the weights are expected to be redistributed once more to quality decreasing to 30%, improvement activities staying at 15%, advancing care information staying at 25%, and cost performance increasing to 30%. Beyond 2019, weight percentages have not been determined at this time. Let's take a look at how the calculation is set up. Think of this as a shell, and you need to enter the specific performance category scores with their respective weights for the provider or providers who the Composite Performance Score is being calculated for. Remember, the category weights are redistributed from program year to program year, so be sure to check those yearly. Let's review. The quality category score is determined, which is then multiplied by the assigned quality weight and then multiplied by 100 to get the quality category performance score in points. The ACI category score is determined, which is then multiplied by the assigned ACI weight and then multiplied by 100 to get the ACI category performance score in points. The IA category score is determined, which is then multiplied by the assigned IA weight and then multiplied by 100 to get the IA category performance score in points. And lastly, the cost category score is determined, which is then multiplied by the assigned cost weight and then multiplied by 100 to get the cost category performance score in points. All the category scores are added together to get the Composite Performance Score, or the CPS. Now we have determined the CPS. What does that mean for the 2017 reporting year, and how will this affect the payment adjustment for 2019? Well, let me review with you. Referring to the chart, we can see that a final score greater or equal to 70 points would result in a positive payment adjustment and the possibility of an exceptional performance bonus. A final score of 4 to 69 points would result in a positive payment adjustment, but no possibility of an exceptional bonus point. A final score of 3 points would result in a neutral payment adjustment. A final score of 0 points because of no participation would result in a negative payment adjustment of a negative 4%. What if for the transition year 2017 you are not able to earn a very high CPS? The 2017 year is called a transition year for a reason. This is the time to get familiar with the new payment system. You will still be able to achieve a neutral payment adjustment by getting a CPS of 3. This can be done by reporting on 5 required measures using the ACI category, or by attesting to at least 1 improvement category using the IA category, or by submitting at least 1 out of at least 6 quality measures through the quality category. Note that more measures are required for groups submitting by using the CMS web interface measures. Remember that if you choose to do nothing and not participate, then you will get a negative 4% payment adjustment for the 2019 payment year. Ready? It's now time to work through a calculation. We will assume that the numerical examples used for the 4 categories, as described, all apply to the same provider or group of providers. We will calculate a CPS from these 4 performance categories: quality, ACI, IA, and the cost. According to this example, the quality category achieved 42 of the 60 possible points. So we would divide 42 by 60, which equals 0.7. Then this amount, 0.7, is multiplied by the respective weight for category. In this case, that's 60%. So now we would multiply 0.7 by 60%, and that equals 0.42. This amount is then multiplied by 100%, which equals 42. 42 is the performance score for the quality category. The performance category score for the last 3 categories are calculated in a similar manner. The ACI category achieved 50 of the 100 possible points, so we divide 50 by 100, which equals 0.5, multiply by the 25%, which equals 0.125, then multiply by 100, which equals 12.5 points. 12.5 is the performance score for the ACI category. The IA category achieved 30 of the 40 points, so we divide 30 by 40, which equals 0.75, multiply by 15%, which equals 0.1125, then multiply by 100, which equals 11.25, which we will get rounded up to 11.3 points. 11.3 is the performance score for the IA category. Finally, for the cost category, this information will not be available from CMS for the 2017 year. So we divide 0 by 0, which equals 0, multiply by 0%, which equals 0, then multiply by 100, which again equals 0 points in the performance category for the cost category. These points are then added together to calculate the CPS score. Therefore, 42 plus 12.5 plus 11.3 plus 0 equals 65.8. 65.8 is determined to be the calculated CPS. So now what does that mean? The CPS has been calculated to be 65.8, and according to the payment adjustment table for the transition year 2017, there will be a positive adjustment but no eligibility for an exceptional performance bonus for the 2019 payment year. Let's look at an example of a scenario. A provider in a practice has not done meaningful use. He wants to know if he performs well on quality and improvement activities and does all of the required ACI measures, including achieving bonus points, how will it affect his CPS? However, he states he does not have a patient portal. What would be his expected payment adjustment? Let's take a closer look at the category in question, the ACI category, which replaces meaningful use. To calculate the ACI category, we will look at the first component called the base score, for which eligible clinicians must report either yes for yes, no measures, or a numerator of at least 1 for numerator and denominator measures. For the base score required measures included in the following objectives: protect patient health information, electronic prescribing, patient electronic access, and health information exchange. He cannot meet the base score because he does not have a patient portal, and he needs to fulfill the base score or will get a 0 in the ACI category, which is the case here. He cannot achieve bonus points for the ACI category unless he would be able to get the base points for the ACI category. So that means he would receive 0 points for the ACI performance category, which is 25% of the total composite performance score. He has a performance score points for quality of 42, improvement activities of 30, and cost of 14, but 0 performance points for the advancing care information ACI category. The quality performance score would equal 42 divided by 60 points, multiplied by 60% weight, then multiplied by 100, equaling 42 points. The ACI performance score would equal 0 divided by 100 points, multiplied by 25% weight, then multiplied by 100 would equal 0 points. The IA performance score would equal 30 divided by 40 points times 15% weight, then multiplied by 100, equaling 11.3 points. And the cost performance score would equal 0 divided by 0 points, because the information is not available for 2017, multiplied by 0% weight, then multiplied by 100, equaling 0 CPS points. Adding all of these scores together, 42 plus 0 plus 11.3 plus 0 equals 53.3, which is the CPS. Please note that the cost information will not be available for the 2017 transition year and will not be considered for a 2017 calculation, but I wanted to show this in the example for calculations being performed in future years. So now the CPS has been calculated to be 53.3, and according to the payment adjustment table for the transition year 2017, he would have a positive adjustment but not be eligible for an exceptional performance bonus for the 2019 payment year. Something to remember in going forward. In MIPS, providers are actually going to be comparatively scored against other participants that will be based on historic information, aggregated and grouped according to different calculations, but the important thing to note is that we're going to be comparatively scored. Being proactive is key. Choosing clinical improvement activities that are the most beneficial for your practice will result in avoiding a negative payment adjustment. Moving forward, the higher the score, the more increased payment adjustment and eligibility for an exceptional performance bonus. Thank you for joining me. Happy calculating. References and resources will follow.
Thank you for watching this HEC Talk. Your feedback is valuable to us and will help us to bring you more information on the topics you need to know about. Please provide us with your valuable feedback by clicking on the link in the video description and answering our short 2-question survey.